Well, as we have been discussing today, COVID cases are on the rise. And to talk more about the surge and the importance of vaccinations, especially now, we are joined by Dr. Gregory Hune from Cook County Health. Doctor, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
The Delta variant is still the dominant right now, but we've been talking about how Omicron is going to be taking it over and becoming the dominant strain here. Let me ask you big picture first. Do you think that the healthcare system at this point is bolstered enough to handle the onslaught versus how it was last year?
I think we have the tools right now that we did not have last year. Let's say last year in March of 2020. We have vaccinations. I want to mention I'm actually here at Bash Sports Academy. I want to thank the owner, Jim Price, for this invite. We've set up a vaccination day here, again, stressing the importance of reaching out to communities, making it easy for families, including kids lining up for their first couple of shots, parents and adults needing their boosters. And here we get to the boosters, here where we're in a different situation now. We know that this is really our first line of defense, different from what we had, let's say, a year and a half ago. The data so far show that these boosters are effective in preventing severe illness and death against the Delta variant, which is still the predominant circulating virus, and Omicron, which is emerging now and doubling in every 2 to 3 cases, or 2 to 3 days for these cases. And so we know now with vaccination that we can prevent severe illness, prevent hospitalizations. Again, a different space and time from where we were a year and a half ago. We also know that now we can do testing. And again, importantly, to protect ourselves during the holidays, including what we've been doing now. Masks, very important. They work. We really need to keep our daily routine for masks, particularly indoors and social gatherings and outside in areas where people are packed together. Maintain that 6 feet of social distancing. But with testing now, getting together for the holidays, we have home tests. We can actually screen ourselves. They work best if you do the test, let's say 1 to 2 days before your gathering or celebration with family and close friends, and then do it the morning of that day when you get together during your event. Those are going to be important steps that we take. The virus doesn't need to be in charge. We can take these steps to protect ourselves.
Get your vaccination. That is the bottom line. Get your booster. Moderna, Pfizer, which the CDC sort of put a stronger emphasis on. What is your advice here when it comes to, I heard you say masks, when it comes to gathering, get your vaccinations and boosters. What more do you need to say to people to get them to understand how dire the consequences are?
Well, what we know now, also transmission can occur in those moments when we're unmasked together. Certainly when you're eating or drinking, really avoid doing that. If you don't know your status, if you don't know the status of others around you, if you don't know that they've been boosted, or if those kids have actually gotten at least their first 2 doses. And then also, again, if you're sick, here's what we need to do. If you're sick, just stay home and get tested. You don't want to be the one that could potentially transmit COVID to loved ones and others.
Do you think that businesses should be at this point mandated to require proof of a vaccination card to enter their establishments, whatever they are?
I mean, I know that we want to promote vaccinations as best we can, and we want to get that word out. I'm not sure if mandating is the right step right now. That's really on a public health level. But again, anything that we can do to promote that knowledge, the importance of vaccinations, particularly boosters, I think that's certainly a step in the right direction.
Yeah, mandates become kind of a bad word, hasn't it? We're seeing more events getting canceled now. What is your prediction about the future in the weeks and months ahead?
You know, as we've seen Omicron now, we're detecting it. It's doubling as in 2 to 3 days, every 2 to 3 days, as I mentioned. I think we are in a surge pattern. We're going to see cases accelerate, I think, over to the end of the year now in the next couple of weeks. In January, over the next 6 weeks, I would say that we need to be prepared, that we're going to have increased cases. Hopefully, again, preliminary data show that perhaps with Omicron, it is not as a severe illness, maybe perhaps milder compared to Delta. So hopefully we won't reach those maximum numbers of patients that have been hospitalized that we've seen with similar surges.
You've talked about the vaccination, affordability there. More pop-up vaccination clinics are happening. We've got information here at WGN. Dr. Greg Hune from Cook County Health Department, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a safe and happy holiday season.
Thank you so much, you too.
All right, take care.
Still ahead, more